Hey, Kyle, Sulerud here, and today I want you to take a look at the demographics in your YouTube ad campaigns. This is the 10th video in a 14 video series where I'm helping you walk through your campaigns, audit them, and help improve your results. To get my complete guide that takes you through all these steps with links to the appropriate videos, check the link in this video and you can go download that guide. But today I'm going to go deep into demographics and really talk about what I look for when I'm looking at demographic targeting. So demographics, I'm going to make sure I'm just looking at video campaigns, and then I'm going to look at demographics. And as far as Google is concerned, demographics are age, gender, parental status, and household income. So demographics are actually targeted at the ad group level. But with so many ad groups, so many campaigns, this isn't necessarily very helpful. So when I'm looking at the data for demographics, I'm going to be looking at either the campaign view or the account view. Usually the account view, until we have campaigns with a lot of activity and a lot of data behind them. What I'm looking for then in this account view is how well are these targeted demographics performing. With demographics here, either they are on or they are off. We can't set up bid adjustments to bid more or less for particular groups. They're either going to be on or off. So we need to basically decide to turn them on or turn them off. Well, I'm just looking at 30 days right now. If I want to assess the conversion value, which is really the most important thing here, I really want to look at a longer time frame, because especially with a higher ticket product, there's probably going to be a longer buying cycle. So I want to be able to look at a longer time frame and see if the campaigns are profitable over time. And we can see here this account is only targeting these three age groups and also the unknown age group, which I'm guessing is only being targeted in some campaigns. Otherwise, I'd expect this to be higher. I'd expect there to be more money behind this. But for all these groups we're targeting, we can see the cost has been similar. The conversion value has been different. The 45 to 54-year-old group is a lot more profitable than the 35 to 44-year-old group, at least for this period we're looking at. Now, this is still a relatively small sample size. I don't know exactly what the conversion value is here for a sale. I'm pretty sure it's over $1,000, which means we're still looking at pretty small numbers of sales here. But nonetheless, we can see that this age group so far is performing the best. What I would strongly consider here would be adding the next age group up. I'm not sure why this is excluded, if there's a good reason for it, but based on this data, I would assume that 55 to 64-year-olds and probably even 65 plus would perform similar to the 45 to 54-year-olds. So this is a really quick and easy way to add some targeting to the campaign and really start to scale up the profitability quickly. So that's how I would think through that. Okay. Is this profitable? Is it not? The only way to really bid differently for different age groups would be to move these into their own separate campaigns or ad groups. Now, I've done this before, and I will warn you that that can have very adverse effects. And I've actually come to the point now where I'm not doing that. Even if there is a significant difference here in conversion value from one age group to the next, it's going to optimize better. Things are going to work better if I keep demographics together versus trying to split them up. And when I split things up, I instead focus on targeting. I split the targeting options up, and then the devices. I split the devices up. That's what's going to move the needle the most. So even though these are performing differently in terms of conversion value, and that limits my ability to bid differently for each age group, just through experience, I can tell you I'm keeping these together in the same campaigns. What we can do then, I've mentioned, we can either target demographics or not. So if we're going to exclude certain age groups, you can do that at the ad group level. So you can see here, these are all being excluded from the ad groups. These are all being targeted. The unknown, like I theorized earlier, we're only targeting unknown in a couple places. And then it's excluded from the rest of these ad groups. So you can exclude demographics here, or you can go to the exclusions here. And you can then exclude demographics from an entire campaign at once. Usually I just do this at the ad group level though. It's easier. You can easily select down a column if you wanted to exclude or enable a particular age group. And then you look at the same thing for gender and think about whether you need to do anything different. Now, gender is one area where you would potentially make separate campaigns for male or female. Mostly, though, if your messaging is going to be different. If maybe you're selling one product, but it appeals to men and women in different ways, and you have different landing pages set up, you're using different ads, then you'd for sure want to split up the genders into separate campaigns. But again, here too, even though female has a higher conversion value compared to male, I wouldn't necessarily split this up because that can have adverse effects. It can actually negatively affect the overall performance of the account just by segmenting things up too much. It's going to optimize and scale better if we leave these things in the same campaign. It's all profitable. So there's nothing that I want to exclude. I just want to leave these going. Parental status, I wouldn't pay too much attention to unless your product is really for parents or non-parents. Otherwise, you probably won't see much of a difference here. Even if you do, it's probably just due to random chance more than anything, because you're not going to see too much of a difference here. Plus, Google doesn't know for sure if people are parents or not, so this isn't going to be the best data. Age and gender are things we tell Google when we're setting up our accounts. Parental status, not so much. Same with household income. We're not telling Google what our household income is. Google is just trying to figure this out based on our activity, based on what we're doing online, based on where we live. It used to only be based on where we live. They've gotten better now, and they're using more factors. They're taking more into account when estimating someone's income, but it is just an estimate. And just because someone's in the top 10% doesn't necessarily mean they are going to purchase a product at any of a higher rate than anyone else. Okay, we can see some minor correlation here with income. This is a little over 2x ROI, 2x ROI. Not much data here. And then the lower 50% is actually a lower ROI. The unknown happens to be the highest at almost a 3x ROI. And this is normal. I would expect to see some minor correlations like this. Google does have a relatively good idea of which income bracket someone would be in. So excluding the lower 50% isn't out of the question, but it is profitable. I wouldn't exclude something that's profitable just because it's not as profitable as something else. So here too, I wouldn't turn any of this off. It's all profitable. This is the only question mark, but it's really just looks like it's due to limited data, so I'm not going to turn this off. And that's how I look at demographics. There are definitely gains to be made if you can find demographics that are not performing well, that are not profitable. Sometimes simply turning something off can help improve your ROI, or turning something on can help you scale. So again, if you have not downloaded my guide, my full walkthrough, including links to all 14 of these videos, find the link with this video and you can go download that guide to help you audit your YouTube ad campaigns. Thanks for watching this video. Again, my name is Kyle Sulerud, and I'll see you in the next video.